Welcome back to another episode of House Aquarius Podcast. It is your favorite Aquarius here. Make a wish, about to bring you another one. I know it's been a little bit of time. I apologize for these love talks, but I guarantee you things are about to pop up a little more frivolously. That sounds like a word I use right now. Let's go with that one. So yeah, that being said, today I got one for you, because this one, I've been talking about this one quite often over the past 2-3 months. And then the guy I was talking to said, man, I wonder about this sign and this sign, like what it really says about the compatibility issue, this and that. I said, hey, that's great. Let me give you this episode on my podcast. Didn't have the episode made. So let's do it right now. All right. So, sorry, there's wires in my way here. So, we're going to talk about today the Cancerian man, Cancer man, and Aries female. All right. So starting off today, we have our Cancerian man and the Aries are both cardinal signs. First sign and the other seasonal changes and all the good jazz tends to be more initiators, more starters. On top of that, for Aries, 2 times their starting initiative, we have one feminine sign, Cancer, one masculine sign with the Aries. The feminine sign qualities tend to be more introverted, more internalized mentally. Oh, verbally, sorry. And the complete opposite for the masculine sign. The masculine sign tends to be more outwardly expressive of the emotion, the thoughts, and the desires, whatever, all that jazz. So, 2 contradictions there. And then come down to this here, water sign, Aries. Water sign, Cancer. Fire sign, Aries. And if you've been following my content so far, you guys know that certain sign elements work a little more harmoniously together. Fire and water do not quite typically work that way. Fire being masculine sign, fire signs and air signs being masculine signs, water signs and earth signs being feminine signs. They tend to contradict a little bit in regards to their qualities and how easy things are able to merge together. All right. So, all that being said, out the way, let's start diving into the situation. Whew. Well, in this one, starting off, these two shouldn't have too much in common in regards to the qualities and the traits. Okay. Cancer being an inwardly expressive sign who likes to stay at home. They are the homebody captains of the zodiac. When they have their home front, they like to stay close to that and try to keep everything revolving close to home in that situation. Aries is a lot more outgoing. They are the pure starters they are the starters, the initiators of the zodiac. When there's something that needs to be done, you give it to the Aries and they will go jump forward fast, get things moving that direction or moving, period. Okay. That being said, there's going to be a little bit of contradiction, a lot of conflict in that relationship because, as I said, the spark that's going to be needing of the Aryan woman to go and do more things might be stifled a little bit in regards to the Cancerian male. So depending on what part and aspect they are in their phases in life will determine how easy things are to move, to pander to each one, and who's willing to give up and not give up, but compromise for the other one, and how much they're willing to do so. However, just talking sun sign only here, so it's going to be a little bit of an issue strictly in that regards for the Aryan woman to settle down in that regards, or the Cancerian man will more likely be the one to be more compromising there. Because as we know, Aryan people typically like to get their way. And luckily enough, in the situation, the Cancerian male will be more likely to be giving more to pander to the interests of the Aryan female to help make her happy, Starting off in the short term, this would be a lot more, this would be really, 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 oh my goodness, how many really can I throw in this bitch? Man, there'd be really, really, really heavily emotional, very, very high levels of intensity and passion flying around, because Aries is a sign that actually they are very typically, when they find something that interests them, they dive for that. They love the challenge of going forward. They love the initiation. They love trying to get their way. So in this regards here, that passion, that intensity come from the Aryan woman will be something that will definitely trigger the Cancerian male, because the fact that the interest being shown towards them is something very appealing. It's in the fact that, like I said, the Cancerian male, Cancer, typically a sign who's very feminine, a feminine sign who tends to be typically laid back and reserved. So that fire bursting towards them at the front door will be something that makes them want to peek their eyes to the windows. You know what I'm saying? Maybe crack the door a little bit, see what's going on. So that would be very interesting there. Because like I said, early on in a relationship or an interaction with an Aryan person, it tends to be very, very direct and blunt and forceful is actually the best way to say that. Not in a negative way. Forceful as in just going until you can't stop. Oh yeah, I can do that right now on the camera. But so that would be very intense. So, and that being said, because Cancer is a romantic sign who loves to actually take that kind of sensitivity and emotional greatness directly to heart, it will quickly fall head over heels with the intensity that's driving from the Aryan woman. So that's actually a good and bad thing. But again, it's also in the short term too. So in the long term there, the intensity, well, typically in all relationships, period, that intensity dies down because of the infatuation phase. But in the situation here, that intensity will start to be slightly smothered, simply because of the fact that it is great to have those emotions coming towards the Cancerian male, but the Cancerian male, because Cancer is signs actually is very, very about, like I said, the home front, that the confines of the home and the security and stability that relies there. Emotions are something that you can rely heavily upon being, because it's a very short-term thing. And one thing with fire signs is that things flick on and flick off. So when that passion intensity starts dying off from the Aryan woman's side, the Cancer and male may not still have that full interest, not interest, rephrase it, have that full desire to pull towards the Aryan female. That's an issue that could definitely be there. I'm pretty sure that I was saying before that the Cancer is the earth sign, the water signs. Because that makes logical sense. So I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Because Cancer, earth sign, the water signs, they all about that practicality. I can say practicality, but yes, go practicality too. That stability and security. Very vital for Cancer. Aries, like I said, that flicker on and off, long term, that might be an issue. Even in the short term, depending on how things work out. But all that being said, Cancer, I really had a brain fart there. I apologize. This relationship, this coupling together, that like I said, the passion, that there's intensity. Because one thing about Aryan people or women, let's talk about Aryan women. So Aryan women right now is actually they are very supportive and very passionate about giving towards the person they love. In this situation here, going the long term, there's not just short term or long term. There's definitely long term here. This is if the Aryan woman is able to control her needs to constantly be out and about, building that stable, secure relationship with the Cancerian male is something that will be very possible to do. Cancer is a sign that typically one and done, monogamous style. They want that one person to give all the love and attention to. Aryan woman is a sign. Aryan woman is not someone who likes to play second fiddle to anyone else. Very competitive in that nature. So if you're not going to give the Aryan woman that full attention, that love, desire that she needs, you're going to make a very, very big tempest going on inside your relationship. And here, that's unlikely to happen because one and done here, very loyal to the person that they have, going strictly into the relationship. So with that being said, this will help anything. If they were to able to calm down and settle down a little bit and compromise and give to this relationship, they can make a very strong, stable, secure thing to really please the Cancerian male and make the Aryan female not feel as if give her the security that she needs. Because that's one thing when it comes down to, like I said earlier, not earlier, but just another episode, that women tend to be more looking for the love security of a relationship compared to the men typically looking for progressiveness and doing more inside a relationship. So in that regards here, that actually will be something that will make the Aryan woman feel secure. Because if she knows she can fully commit her emotions and love to one person, and it's going to be reciprocated to a certain degree, they will make a very strong support system. Aryans are very supportive, very giving and generous to people in their life, people in general. That's why I hate a lot of the negative things that come out in regards to Aryan people. You know something true, like blunt. But yeah, that right there is actually something very, very, very good in the long term. If they're able to compromise to get over, because this is one of the relationships that doesn't really work on paper in the zodiacal script, which is sun sign only. But it has the potential that if they were able to, using the rest of the qualities, placements in the birth charts, to actually make something happen in the long term. Excuse me. So what else we have here that's actually very vital that needs to be said? Most issues in regards to this, like I said, it comes with that. Cancer is a stubborn sign. It's not a fixed sign, but Cancer is a stubborn sign. Cancer is also a water sign that tends to be a brooder. It could internalize everything. So there are times when the emotions may run high on either side and they butt heads, because Gemini and Cancer, they have what we call bipolarism of in the zodiacal calendar. Geminis get the moniker of having very easygoing, very happy, very laid back, very angry. Turn them, the twins. Same thing with the Cancers. They have the whole bipolarism, very happy, very sad, or very happy, very, very, very good, very snappy, very crabby. That's the issue they have there. And that's in regards here. When emotions run high, you have to watch out in regards to how deep the emotional issues happen in arguments. That's the best way. I'm trying to find the right word to say it, but that was the best way I can articulate that one. Because the fact that when emotions run high, as they do on both sides of these signs, they can have very, very big arguments. The good thing about Aries and this Aryan woman here is that they will have a lot of big brash arguments that they will not want to hold on to the anger after the arguments are done, which can probably be a big blow up. And then the Cancerian male, very crabby, very stuck on what the thoughts are happening for what they want them to do, but they are giving, but they may brood on those thoughts for a later point in time. That's the only thing we have to worry about in regards to this. But when the arguments happen, they will be big and explosive. And provided that the Aryan woman doesn't say anything that could be very hurtful to our Cancerian male, there can be easier ways for them to accommodate for dealing with that situation. So those are the biggest issues they have in this coupling. Gotta watch out for the sensitive parts of the Cancer male because of the bluntness and directness of Aryan woman. That's one thing I gotta watch out for. Another thing is the compromising for making it work. This is for making it work. The compromising the Aryan woman to either lay back more and be more homebound oriented, which is possible because of the great support system that Aryan people have. And then two, for the Cancerian male to actually be a little more willing to be open to doing more things. Because fire signs tend to get bored really easily and like to keep constantly moving and doing new things and setting things up. Whatever they have in their relationship, they can make, grow, and prosper, provided both parties of the team are working synonymously together. That's just one thing. I'm trying to think, what else is a big thing that matters for Aryan and Cancer? The Cancerian male will be able to actually give the Aryan female a secure place to feel like home emotionally. And then the passion and vitality of the Aryan woman will be able to make the Cancerian male feel secure in his relationship to open things up. That's one thing too. Because of the fact that the Cancerian male, because like I said, water signs are typically very in tune with the emotions of themselves and other people. The Cancerian male will be able to, I don't want to say this one. This is kind of a little more opinionated here. But the Cancerian male will be able to properly keep the relationship more emotionally healthy, being more, considering the fact that they're more giving, they're more emotionally tuned situations. Aries is a sign that actually has a nasty moniker of being a sign of self, as selfishness and selflessness, which is completely absurd, even though they're very generous. You know what I'm saying? It's a very contradictory thing in the sun sign astrology there. But the Cancerian male will be the biggest part of keeping the glue together for this relationship in the long term. Man, I'm doing a lot of extra piecing and partying with these other signs, which I normally don't do, which is odd. Which I mean, otherwise these would actually be a lot longer, typically in length. And I'm sitting there piecing things together like that. That's actually pretty good. But that being said, let me start cupping this down, wind this down. So, and I'll actually, like I said, I gave you the things in regards to how this coupling could work. On paper, directly, this does not work too well. I want to say in the short term, like I said, short term is a very, very fantastic thing. Say like 80 to 90% accuracy or enjoyability factor. I'm just talking the first 2 weeks to potentially 8-9 months into a relationship. Long term, they have the ability to work in a better setting, but it's going to take a lot of compromisation to make things work easier. I can't wait to do the top 3 air sign, fire sign for each one of those. That'd be great. Air sign, so fire sign, water sign for those, because that is so many things running through my head right now for this. Make it better. So I'm gonna cut this one off here because, like I said, I could keep diving into this. I'm like getting really, really excited about this part. So cutting you off there. On that right there, if you guys have any comments, any questions about this one, let me know down in the comments below. If anything you want to see come out in the very near future in regards to love talks, let me know, because I have one I need to do in the very near future. I've been kind of slacking off of these a little bit, but I got a few more of these popping off, and I have another. Oh man, just keep following it. Just keep following the content, because some things will be happening here soon that you may or may not like or love. Either way, I want to hear about it in the comments below. So, as always, my friends, stay classy, be you, make a wish, out.